Hi and welcome to Tech Tips. I'm Marcus. In today's video, we will go through how to make your videos sound as good as possible. When recording voiceover or dialogue, I avoid visible mics when I can, because I don't think that looks so nice. In my videos, I often use a shotgun or a large diaphragm microphone just outside of the frame. But when I'm outside on the field and I only have a room for a bag, I use my wireless lavalier microphones. To reduce post-work, try to be in as quiet room as possible and have the mic as close to you or your talent as possible. If you are in an untreated room that does not have any acoustic treatment, then it's a good idea to use headset mic or lavaliers to reduce room echo and noise in the recording. But if you value sound quality, I can show you a post workflow that removes room tone and noise, which makes it possible to use shotgun or large diaphragm microphones in most situations without being bothered by the consequences. I'll leave a link to that in the descriptions. Now that we have recorded dialogue, it's time to push it further to perfection. Let's start with dynamic. It's the difference between the highest point and the lowest point in an audio signal. If an audio is too dynamic, the listener will have to raise and lower the volume throughout the video, but if it's too compressed, it will hurt their ears. In broadcast, there is a standard for dynamic called LUFS EBU-23, and it's a recommended target for dynamics. To measure loudness, or LUFS, we can use Fairlight's Excellent Meter or a free third-party plugin such as YouLearn Loudness Meter. To change the dynamic, we can use a compressor or limiter. I always use a compressor on each mic or channel and a limiter on the master. On this example, I will use two compressors on this channel. I will use the first one to keep the input signal as smooth as possible throughout the video. The key ingredients here is a long hold time and a long release. Then we adjust threshold value until we have control of the highest peaks and also have some gain reductions on the lowest valleys. Now when we have an even signal coming in, let's make some character of this dialogue. And if you want the classic voiceover sound, there is a good preset in the Fairlight's own compressor. So let's go to preset and select dialogue leveler. And don't forget to set the threshold so it doesn't work too hard. We just want a light push, not a brick wall. If you feel generally unfamiliar with the compressor, we provide a link where we go through it in more details. A dialogue mic without EQ is usually not the most interesting to listen to, so let's see what we can do. Let's start with a high-pass filter to remove all the rumbleness and everything we don't need in a dialogue. Move it up until you hear it affects the dialogue, and then slightly pull it down. In most situations you will land around 100 Hz. Then take one of the upper points and drag it up to max volume. Lower the Q value so the frequency range is more narrow. Drag the point from one direction to another until you hear a tone that feels like it's ringing. Congratulations, you have found a so-called resonance. Use the gain wheel and pull down to a negative value and the tone will feel completely gone. If you have recorded close to the mic, chances are you have a very bass-heavy signal coming in. This is something called the proximity effect. To get rid of this, place one of the EQ dots around 200 Hz. Since sound waves are larger in the bass region, we use a wider Q factor than in the treble, and turn down the gain until it doesn't sound bass heavy. I hope this video was useful, and thank you for today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and we see you in the next one.